Alright, if you've been doing exercises such as this cat-cow, or even rotations like this to try and improve your back pain or your spinal movement or your surfing or when you're paddling or whatever it is, unfortunately they're probably not helping you very much. Now I see a lot of people come into my clinic here who are very locked up in their rib cage. So the intention of those movements is to improve thoracic spine movement. And whether it's a result of sitting in these positions or overusing muscles where we're kind of pushing a lot, whatever it is, we're generally quite, a lot of people lack the ability to move their rib cage in this position. Which means that when I go into this cat-cow thing, which is a common position that people like to give you with, good intentions, but it just doesn't work, to try and move that part of your back, most people will move here. And even when you watch videos online, part of this is kind of spurred on by seeing a video on Instagram, which is certainly not the pinnacle of health and fitness advice, which showed some thoracic exercises, and this was one of them, and the person in the video actually did it just like this. And if you look very closely or not closely at all, you'll see this part of my back isn't even moving. So the idea behind this, when you can do it, is to move this part of your rib cage or your chest or your spine. But if you can't move it, this isn't going to help you access it. Now, to be fair, there's a lot of things that I usually put in place to help free up muscles and joints and everything before I show you what I'm about to show you. But I'm sure if you just do this thing alone, you're probably going to do a whole lot better than by thinking that you're moving your thoracic spine, which is the part of our spine that sits around our rib cage. You'll do a lot better with this exercise than thinking that you're moving in that, where you're just going to be extending and flexing your lumbar spine, which is your lower back. So you can use a broomstick or any old whacker stick like this. It's actually a Pilates stick, but it gets used more for this. And what we're going to do is place it behind our back here and in the crook of our elbows. Now what I want to do here is I want to push into the broomstick or the stick, whatever you got. Broomstick and stick's the same thing, right? And I push into the elbows, and I want to lift my chest. Now, kneeling or sitting down is better for this, because if we keep the hips free, there's more likelihood of just arching the lower back. So what I want to do is push into the stick. It's going to give me a bit of incentive to try and get my sternum to tilt. So we're going to be here, we're going to put the high beams on, and you get the chest just to lift a little bit. Now what's really important here is that the lower back doesn't translate or move at all. So you can see here, this might kind of, I'm pushing, this might kind of feel like I'm doing what I should be doing. Even this, you can see I do get a bit of slight movement in my, my chest coming up. It's all coming from my back. I want here to stay still, and I'm just going to tilt up like this. Now it's probably quite likely, if you've been doing the other exercises and you have a problem here, you're not going to get this much movement. This is something I've worked on in order to find this movement. You might even just start here, or you might even just start with the whole idea of trying to find that, just getting this connection between your brain and those joints and muscles firing a little bit better. So I think this is a lot better than these other exercises that people are trying to prescribe for thoracic movement, ribcage movement. This is the one to try. There's plenty of other things to do following on from this and preceding it. And if you want to know a little bit more about it, a few things you can do. I've got a webinar coming up webinar's a bit of a crap word, workshop coming up on looking at thoracic movement, how we can cross over those things for surfers, my Not Really Yogi program, whatever it is, I've got some stuff online happening for you. If you like this, please like the Facebook page. If this is on YouTube, like it, all the stuff that helps me show you more things. I'll see you in the next thing.